Hi guys, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good to see you guys.
Good to see you too, Simone.
Are
How's it
you
going?
okay? I'm good, and you?
I'm fine too.
Hi,
Okay.
teacher. Good to see you.
Hi, good to see you. How was your week, guys?
Amazing. And yours?
It was great. It was really good. Thank you.
Hi, teacher.
It was nice. Busy but nice. Hi, Agatha. Hey, good afternoon. Are you at Achieve?
Yeah.
Good. Is there anybody else there with you?
What?
Is there anybody else there with you? Any other students or only you?
Oh, only I.
Only you. Okay, very nice. And how was your week, Agatha?
My week. Moment. Gente, onde eu conecto isso? Rapidinho. Do outro lado. Calma.
Okay, no problem, guys. That's okay. Don't worry.
Consegui.
So as you know, guys, today we are going to review units 4, 5, and 6. Okay?
Teacher?
Yes. I can hear you. Okay, so today we're going to review units 4, 5, and 6 to prepare for our test next week. Okay, so on Saturday we will have this test, and the following Saturday we will have the project presentation. So you can start thinking about the topic you want to present. Okay. So today we will see those 3 units thoroughly. I mean, summarizing, of course, but we'll see the most important points. And then we will do some exercises, okay? All right, guys, can we begin?
Okay.
Yes.
Good, so let's do it. Okay, so first we start by unit 4. What does unit 4 talk about, guys? Do you remember? No, it was a long time ago, right? So unit 4 talks about extremes. So what can you say here about these people waiting in line? How can you put the word extreme here in this image?
This line is extremely long.
Great, very nice, excellent, Raul. That's a good one. Okay, this line is extremely long. Okay. We can also say they're extremely excited to buy their tickets or to enter the venue. Let's suppose they're waiting for a concert and they're just standing in line to either buy the tickets or to get inside. So they seem to be extremely excited. Okay, guys. So let's see what we learned in unit 4. Unit 4, sorry. Let's see some activities first, okay? Just to begin, to warm up. All right, let's warm up a little. Can you see the slide? Let me show,
Yes.
I think the page.
Yes.
So let's warm up a little. Is it visible for you now? Yeah? Good. So complete with the correct quantifier. So let's see, guys. How much cheese do you eat? How can I answer this question in the best way?
Not so much.
Similar, yes, that's similar. Okay, good one. Let's see the answer. Not much. Not much is okay. All right. We know that because cheese is uncountable. And so because of that, we use much for questions and negatives, right? Here it's a negative. So if somebody asks, for example, if somebody asks me, oh, Simone, how much cheese do you eat? I can say now, during the pandemic, not much. Okay. Now, number 2, guys. What is the best word to complete this question?
How much?
Much again. How much bread do you eat? Okay, guys. So here we have to use much in questions because the noun is uncountable. I cannot count bread as much as I cannot count cheese. All right. So that's why I use much. It's a question. Now look at the answer. A lot. So for positive answers, I can use a lot if the quantity is big, right? If it's a good amount, I can say a lot, right? Now, let's see some more examples, okay? Oh, great. Do you like coffees, guys? Sorry, do you like coffee, guys?
Yes, I do.
I do
Mhm.
love
Love
coffee.
it.
Me too, me too. I love coffee. So let's try to complete these 2 sentences here. The first one, as you can see, it's a statement. It's not a question, okay? But it's a negative statement. And the noun is time. So how can I complete this sentence? I don't
I
have.
don't have much time.
Great. Excellent. Okay, guys. So I use much, as I said before, in questions and in negative sentences when the noun is uncountable. Okay. Now here we have a question. So let's see. How coffee do you
Much.
much
Coffee.
again? Yes. We use much again first because the noun is uncountable. I cannot count coffee. And second, because it's a question. Okay? So how much coffee do you drink? So in my case, I drink a lot, I think. Now, for example, I'm drinking coffee. Okay. Now, let's see some other examples. Good. Let's go there. Can you see the page? Yes? Sometimes I ask you this because you know what happens. We change the page here in the computer, but it doesn't change for you. So that's why I keep asking. Okay, guys. So the first one, number 5, actually. How books
Me.
do you read in a month? So
How
what?
many books?
How many?
Oh, excellent. How many? Very good. I know that because I'm using a noun here that is countable. Books is in the plural form. So I know it's countable. And I have to use many because it's a question. Okay, so how many books do you read in a month? Now, positive answer, a lot. So I can use a lot for countable and uncountable nouns in positive sentences. Okay, guys? Good. Number 6, another question. And the word is messages.
How many messages did you send
Yes,
yesterday?
very good. So here I can use many because messages is countable. And another reason, it's because it's a question. Okay. So for countable nouns in questions and negatives, I use many. The answer, a lot. Okay, so let me ask you this question, guys. How many books do you read in a month?
A few.
Okay, very good, Thais. What about you, Raul? How many books do you read in a month?
About 2, I guess.
Okay,
2.
all right, great. Yeah, me too. I read between 1 and 2 books in a month. Now, how many messages did you send yesterday?
Lot of messages.
Yeah, me too. I sent a lot of messages yesterday. Okay, guys, great. So let's move on to the next. All right. Do you guys eat
Teacher,
meat? Yes.
teacher, excuse me. Can you share this presentation later?
Yes, of course. Okay,
Okay, thank you.
I can. You're welcome. So let's see number 7. Question. Okay. And the noun is meat. So what is the best word to complete this question?
Much.
Much.
Very good. I need to use much because meat is uncountable. So how much meat do you eat? If the person is vegetarian, the answer is none. This is one possibility. So I can use none, usually in short answers, right? When the answer is negative, okay? Now, number 8, I don't eat meat.
Much.
I don't eat
Any?
much, or I don't eat any. It's better. Why not much here?
The person's a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Doesn't eat.
Yes, very good. So here is a person who is a vegetarian. So this person doesn't eat any meat. So that's why he says, I don't eat any meat, right? So for negatives, I usually say any, and also for questions, right? Questions and negatives, I can use any, right? When I want to mean 0, okay? 0 meat. So any meat, okay? I don't eat any meat. So let's go to the next one. Now, let's see when we want to express a small quantity, okay? So I get a lot of homework, but I do a small quantity every night.
Okay.
A few.
Hi, João Paulo.
Little.
Ah, very good, Thais. Excellent. A little. Very good. Why a little, people?
Because
Why not
homework,
a few?
because homework is uncountable.
Excellent. Very good, Thais. Homework is something I don't count. It's uncountable. So that's why it's always in the singular. Even though I have a lot of homework, I never put the letter S here, okay? The same thing happens with time, right? Time is also uncountable. So that's why in this sentence, I can say so many books, so little time. All right. So with uncountable nouns, when I have small quantity, right, I use little or a little, okay, depending on the sentence. So here about homework, I get a lot of homework, but I do a little every night. Okay, Raul? The same thing here. Look, I have so many things to do, but so little time. That means I don't have, hi, Jose Victor, good afternoon. I don't have much time to do everything I have to do. So I have little time, okay? So let's take a look there, next one. So this is going to be about Unit 5. So let's go now to our book, Unit 4, okay, before we start Unit 5 here. So Unit 4, as we said before, talks about extremes, right? So the first page of Unit 4, especially the students who missed class, who were not present, we talked about things that we consider extreme. For example, here in the first activity, we were supposed to write examples of an extremely cold place, an extremely loud song, for example, okay? So let me zoom in. Here it's extremely hot, okay? It's a desert. So deserts are usually extremely hot, okay? So just for you to see here some options, we can have extremely dangerous sport, extremely unusual food, extremely tall building, all right? So just for you to have an idea, I'll show you the answers to the first exercise. If you haven't done this exercise yet, this is your chance, okay? Extremely cold place, Antarctica, right? Yes, sure, I will, don't worry. I will share the slide. So the first one, extremely cold, Antarctica. Extremely, let me see the next one, sorry guys. Extremely loud song, feels like or smells like Teen Spirit. Extremely, let me see here. Extremely unusual food. Let's see that. I'm going slowly so you don't get dizzy. Frog legs. Extremely dangerous sport, bungee jumping. Extremely tall building, the Sears Tower. All right. These are some examples. You don't need to put those examples. These are only to help you, okay? So this is how we started Unit 4 from wide angle 2. Now, moving on, let me just go to the next page so we can have a better look. The first part of the unit, we talked about different kinds of food, right? And as an example, we saw the video about waffle, and we talked about a pizza with 101 kinds of cheese in one single pizza. That was really extreme. Why? Because on this page here, guys, we were practicing identifying adjectives and nouns. What are adjectives? First of all, they give quality to nouns. Yes, they qualify things around us. Like we said, extremely cold. I'm talking about the weather. So extremely cold qualifies the weather, right? But of course, the adjective here is only the word cold. Extremely is an intensifier. It's an adverb, right? So in this lesson, we started by learning how to define which word is the adjective, which word is the noun. So here we have the first activity, right? Actually, the second activity. If you don't have the answers, you can put that on your book. Look, sweet foods like cake and candy have a lot of sugar. So in this exercise, the first one, which part of speech are the words here in the answer? The first one, sweet. What is that? An adjective or a noun? So we selected, it's an adjective, okay? And the second word, sugar. Sugar. Is that an adjective or a noun? A noun. So we marked here, okay? That's why number one has two parts. Now, numbers 2 to 7, they have only one because there is only one word. Example, I don't like frozen vegetables. Fresh vegetables taste better. So, frozen, what is that? Is it an adjective or a noun? It's marked there. It's an adjective, okay? So let me zoom in. So going here, look. All right, people, so you can see better. Because sometimes it's okay for me, but it's not okay for you. Now, number 3. Many people like to drink coffee because it gives them energy. So, energy, is it a noun or an adjective? That's a noun. Okay, and then we went on marking the words. Typical, an adjective. Cook, an excellent cook. So it's a noun. I'm talking about the professional, the person who cooks, not the verb. Number 6, cream, cream. That is a noun. And finally, perfect, perfect, an adjective, okay? So in the beginning of this unit, we discussed the differences between nouns and adjectives, okay? So let me zoom out. Here we had an activity about the article, right? And then we answered, but we don't need to see that now. This article is the one they are talking about, extreme foods, okay, guys? So in this article, we saw some examples of really different dishes, right? First, a pizza with a lot of different kinds of cheese, then a bagel, and this kind of pepper here, really extremely fiery chili pepper. As you can see, guys, they use the word extremely in many different situations. So let me highlight here. Look, in the first one, we have there, look, we have, let's pinpoint the adjectives and the adverbs, okay? First, the adjectives, typical. Typical again, the world record for the most kinds of cheese on one pizza. So here we have the guy who broke the world record because he created a pizza with 101 different kinds of cheese. That's crazy. 4 is okay for me. More than that, it's too much. Okay, so let's see the next one. How many people, look, how many people love coffee and bagels? So you see here the use of how many? So bagel on its menu, the Espresso Buzz bagel has 32 milligrams of caffeine. Wow, that's a lot. A bagel with a lot of caffeine in it. So that's about 1/3 of the caffeine in a small cup of coffee. If you need something to give you energy, but you don't want to drink coffee, this new bagel is perfect for you. Okay, there you go. A British farmer has ground an extremely fiery chili pepper. Fiery is the adjective. And then here we have the adverb. Okay, I'm rushing through it because we've done this before. Okay, guys, I'm just showing you what we actually did. So if you eat a bite of the pepper, it can kill you. So hot this pepper is. Why did he grow a pepper that can kill people? Even the farmer can't answer that question. It's a mystery. Okay. So we saw some examples there, guys, of adjectives and all. Then we did a work here, an activity. Recognizing parts of speech. Parts of speech, guys, are these things that we call verb, noun, adjective. Okay, these are parts of speech. Verb is a part of speech. A noun, part of speech. An adjective, another part of speech. An adverb, part of speech. Okay, people? So in this lesson, we learned how to recognize them. Why, guys? Why do I need this to speak English? I want to speak English. I don't want to learn about parts of speech. Why is it important? Because any sentence in any language, we need to have parts of speech. We need to have a subject. We need to have a noun. We need to have a verb, right? And we need to have adjectives. So it's important to know which one is which, right? It helps us elaborate our sentences better, okay? So if we know the parts of speech of words in a sentence, like verb, noun, or adjective, it's easier to understand the meaning of a sentence. So not so much speaking, but also reading, listening, it helps you. Example, Einstein Brothers Bagels has a new bagel on its menu. So here we have the verb in blue. Here we have an adjective in green. Look. And a noun, bagel. The same here, Einstein Brothers Bagels. It's also a noun. And menu is another noun, okay? So I'm not going to do it all because we've done that, but just for you to know what this box is all about. Here, they are relating this information to reading. It helps you understand when you read a text in English, but it's also important in Portuguese for you to figure out the meaning of a word that you may not know. So if you read in context, then you understand the meaning, especially if you know which part of speech this word belongs to, okay? So let's zoom out. That was the second part of the second page of Unit 4. Then moving on, the other important thing we saw, which we did on the slide, is how to use how much or how many with countable and uncountable nouns. So if you have your book, highlight that, okay, guys? How much and how many. So let me zoom in so you can see better. We use how much to talk about uncountable nouns. So here we have the keywords. How many to ask about countable nouns. All right, so here we have how many. All right, so both of them we use to ask questions. Example, can you read the example, please, Thais? The first and the second.
Sure. How much cheese can you fit on your pizza? How many people love coffee and bagels?
Bagels. Okay, great, Thais, thank you. So, okay, guys, so it's clear how much I use for uncountable and how many I use for countable. All right. Moving on, we did some exercises here. We had some prompts and we needed to create the sentences. So How much coffee do you drink every day? Here, what would the question be? How many or how much time?
How much?
Yes, how much time? Very good. And now, hours.
How many?
How many? How many hours do you sleep every night? Number 4, money.
How much?
How much? Movies.
How many?
Me.
How many? Okay, so just to cut a story short, I'm showing you the most important points of the lesson. Here, that's very easy. Okay, guys, let me just put here the answers to show. The first one, pizza. How much or how many? How
How
much?
much?
Yes. Days.
How many?
Good. Students.
How many?
Sugar.
How
How
much?
much?
Cheese.
How much?
Okay, that's it. All right, guys. So you see, you don't even need to read all the sentence. As you can see, they are questions, and you need to put the question pronoun that is more appropriate. All you have to do is read the word that comes after and see if it's countable or uncountable. So you can decide, okay? So here we had an activity about it, and then let's zoom out, okay? After that, in unit 4.2, we talked about different restaurants or extreme restaurants. Why extreme? Because they are in a completely different environment, not like a regular restaurant, right? This one, for example, is underwater, okay? So then we read about this restaurant, and then we answered some questions like, where is the restaurant? How was the service, right? How was the atmosphere? Is the restaurant expensive? So here, if you want to see the answers, here they are. Okay, so you can complete your book. Okay, can you see the answers? Is it okay for you, or do you need to zoom in?
No, I can see.
Okay,
Too well.
all right. Okay, guys, so everybody who for some reason missed this class, you can complete about this restaurant, and then later you can read about it, okay? It's up here, all right? So then let's move on to the next. Can I move on? Yes? The
Yes.
best thing to do at this moment, because we are rushing, we are just not really rushing, but we are just seeing the lesson superficially, just focusing on the main points. The best thing to do is to screenshot, okay, or print screen, okay. I think these are the best options. Now, in this lesson, we also learned about prepositions of place, okay, to talk about things. So for example, here we have under, on top of, over, beside, or next to. Both are similar. Behind, in front of. So example, you eat 16 feet under the ocean. We even saw a few sharks swim over us. We even saw a few sharks swim over us, because these are sentences from the article about the underwater restaurant, okay? So here in number 5, they want us to complete, to practice these prepositions. So let's take a look to practice using them, okay, guys? Look, at our company dinner, I sat the company president. We had an interesting conversation. We've seen that, but I know some students may have missed. So what do you think the best answer is?
Beside.
Beside.
Beside. Beside is the same as next to. Side by side, okay? Number 2, The restaurant is noisy. Just a moment, people. Take a look at number 2 and try to do it, okay? Just a second. Okay, guys, sorry. So look, number 2, the restaurant is noisy. Lots of planes fly over it. Okay, great. There you go.
Sure. I could say above.
Above, yes, you can. Yes, it's the same, it's similar. Number 3, the San Francisco Fairmont Hotel is Nob Hill.
On top of.
Above.
On top of. Oh my God, I can't click. Guys, what is a hill? Do you know?
Colina.
Yes, it's like that, or a mount, okay? Here, for example, in Rio, there are a lot of hills, okay? And people actually build houses on the hills. So a lot of slums in Rio, or like we call communities, they are on hills, not here near the asphalt, as they call it, right? So they are usually on the hills. So here they are talking about a hotel, right? That is on top of a hill called Nub. This is the name of the hill. So that's why it's capitalized, okay? So from the hotel, you can see for miles from its roof. So you can see a great view from the hotel, of course, because you are right on top of the hill. So the view must be amazing. Okay, guys. So, all right. Now, number 4, the boat went
Under.
Under.
the bridge. Very nice. Number 5, you can't park your car
In front of.
in front of the restaurant, but there is a parking lot behind it, okay? Behind. All right, people? Good. Under is okay. Everybody understands, right? Good. Number 6, please stand
Behind?
behind. Yes. Stand behind your desk. Number 7, there is a gym.
Next to.
Great. Next to my apartment. It's very convenient. So you see, we use these prepositions everywhere all the time, okay? To say where things actually are, okay? So then here we have another very important topic, which is quantifiers. A few, a little, a lot, and lots. Okay, guys? So here we have some points to consider. We use a few, so let's highlight that, people. I'm just reading the boxes and doing some activities that are important for your test, okay? So we use a few with countable nouns and also in positive sentences, right? So you have 2 conditions here, countable and positive sentences, to talk about a small number of people or things. Example, Raul, can you read the first one, please?
Sure. I went to the restaurant with a few friends.
Great, thank you. So here we use a few because it's a positive sentence and I'm using a countable noun after it, okay? We use a little with uncountable nouns in positive sentences to talk about small amount of something. Example, please, let me see who's there. Cristiano Mateus, can you read the next example, please?
Let's eat someone with test sense. I will have a little time.
Great, thank you. So here I'm using a little because time is uncountable. I cannot count time, and it's a positive sentence. So that's why I use a little. Okay. Next, we use lots of or a lot of with countable or uncountable nouns. So let's put here, okay, to talk about a big amount of something. So example, please, Agat, can you read that for us?
There were lots of a lot of fish swimming around us as we ate lunch.
Great, Agat, thank you. So lots of and a lot of are okay here, okay, because we are using the word fish. Fish is uncountable. Yes, guys, believe me. So there is no plural for fish. So we can say here, it doesn't matter, lots of or a lot of, I can use both with countable or uncountable, okay? They are using a lot of because it's a big amount, okay? Big quantity of fish. So I can say lots of fish or a lot of fish. People, the difference here between one and the other is that lots of is more informal, okay? A lot of is more, let's say, formal, okay? We use more often. Lots of is very informal, okay? But both are correct. All right, so having done that, we zoom out, right? And then let's move on to the next topic. So far in this unit, unit 4, we saw how much, how many, a little, a few, lots of, a lot of, okay? Now let's see the correct quantifier to use in exercise number 7. Let's try and do that. I think it's interesting. So the first one, could I please have milk in my coffee?
Little.
Yes, it has to be little because milk is uncountable, okay? So there you go. Next one. If you want to eat at the good fish underwater restaurant, you need,
A lot of
A
money.
lot of money.
yeah, very good, okay? Number 3, Ben is going to take days. Okay, look, days is countable and it's so much so that it's in the plural. So another indication that it's countable. So I use a few. All right. Number 4, there were
Lots of.
lots of people. Good. Number 5, I need more time.
A little.
A little more time. Uncountable. Number 6, Scotty's Pizza Parlor used
A lot of.
a lot of different kinds. Number 7, the espresso buzz bagel has
Lots of.
lots of. Very good. And here I only have minutes, a few minutes. Okay, guys, so I can see you're pretty sharp there. Very good. Perfect. Okay, precise. So we know the difference now, okay? Now let's take a look at describing things using adverbs, okay? We can use adverbs like quite, very, and really. So we use the adverbs quite, very, and really before adjectives. So this is one important detail, okay? So
Teacher,
yes, honey.
excuse me. Aren't they adverbs of degree, I think?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
Aren't they adverbs of degree?
Yes, yes, of course. Yes. We use quite, very, and really before adjectives that are, yes, they are adverbs of degree, and we use them before gradable adjectives.
Gradable, yeah.
Gradable adjectives. Do you know the
Ungradable?
difference? Yes, gradable and
Yes.
ungradable.
I know,
Okay?
I know.
All right. So let me just give me a minute, just a moment. Okay. Look. Explain here quickly. Gradable adjectives are adjectives that I can, they are not extreme. They are the opposite of extreme adjectives. Let me give you examples so you understand better. For example, the adjectives like good, okay, or cold,
Old.
hot, old, okay, very nice. Give me more examples. What else?
Let's see. Beautiful.
Beautiful is not gradable anymore. Beautiful is ungradable.
Bad.
Bad, okay, very good. Bad, what else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have one more to make 6.
No.
Sorry?
New.
New, okay. All right, so people, we have these adjectives that are like regular adjectives. They are not extreme. When something is good, something is not necessarily fantastic, right? Wonderful. Wonderful is extreme. Good is okay. All right, that's the difference. When something is cold, it's not necessarily freezing. Freezing is extreme. Cold is okay. That's why we call them gradable, because we can increase the level of each one. If something is colder than cold, we say, oh, it's freezing. All right. So with gradable adjectives, we use adverbs to intensify. We can intensify when we are describing something. So we can say, for example, very, or I can use pretty, or I can use really. Okay, these are the 3 intensifiers that we usually use with gradable adjectives. So, oh, it's very good. Oh, this pizza is very good, isn't it? Okay, or it's pretty cold up in the mountains. It's pretty cold. Oh, that was really bad. That was really bad. All right. Now let's see the ungradable adjectives, the ones that are called extreme, because they are already the limit. Okay, I can't go anymore, any further. So we call them ungradable adjectives. So let's see some examples here. Something that would be similar to good. We can say excellent, okay? Now cold, extreme for cold.
Freezing.
Freezing, okay. Extreme for hot. Hot, sorry guys. Extreme for hot. Boiling. Boiling, okay? Extremely hot. Boiling. Extreme for old.
Ancient.
Good. Very good. Extreme for bad.
Worse.
Worse is equivalent. Worse is the opposite. I mean, not the opposite. Worse is the comparative adjective for bad. So this is bad, this is worse. Okay?
Horrible.
Ah, this is extreme. So horrible. Okay? What you gave, Raul, was a comparative form for the adjective bad. Okay? Horrible. And new. Any idea? You can look it up, guys, no problem. You can check on a dictionary or wherever you want. You can check, no problem. Have you found the word we're looking for? So here we have very, pretty, and really we use for gradable, and absolutely or really I use for ungradable, okay? Absolutely excellent, absolutely freezing, absolutely boiling, absolutely ancient, and so on. I can also use really to intensify that. Okay, I will not give you the words to that. I want you to find out for yourself. Okay, let's see if by the end of the class today, you find the extreme adjective for new. Okay, so let me save this. Let me save this part. Okay. Let's go back to our page there. Okay, sorry guys. Let me open the book again. All right, so can you see the book page? Yes, guys, good. So here we have quite, very, and really. We use there before adjectives, all right, but before gradable adjectives, like we saw there, okay? Example, very and really make an adjective stronger. So that restaurant is very expensive. Or that restaurant is really expensive. We'll spend hundreds of dollars if we eat there. So I can see that expensive is gradable. That's why I can use very, okay? Quite makes an adjective less strong. It's not so strong. I can say that it is relaxing, what it was relaxing here, but not so much, like just a little, okay? So the atmosphere was quite relaxed. So I'm giving emphasis. Usually they give emphasis when they say the word quite to say that I could consider the atmosphere relaxed, okay? It's like in Portuguese, meio, okay? We use that a lot in Portuguese to describe something, okay? So here, let's take a look at the exercises. Make true sentences, read them to a partner. We don't need to do that. So let's go there. The first one. Look, is quite beautiful. What is that? This is about the true sentences that you were talking about, for example, your city. You can create any answer here, okay? It's open. So, for example, Copacabana Beach is quite beautiful. Copacabana Beach is quite beautiful. It's okay to say that. So I can use quite with extreme, okay? The food is really good at. What restaurant is the food really good at?
Garrett.
Okay, can you say that again, please?
Garrett.
Okay, all right. Now here in number 3, we should choose something that is quite interesting. So here, guys, what is the focus of this exercise? Just for you to use the intensifiers appropriately. So here we could use quite, beautiful, okay? Look, really good, okay? Quite interesting, very difficult, really expensive, very tall. So these examples here, all of them are simple, right? And I can use with these adverbs, intensifiers, right? Quite, really, very, no problem. So in this lesson, they aren't focusing on ungradable yet, okay? So now let's move out. Let's just go out of this page and move on, right? So here, the second part of the unit focused on intensifiers or adverbs of degree to qualify adjectives, okay? To qualify things actually. So here, the third part of unit 4, we talked about interesting places or extreme places. We saw differences here in the apartment and here this other apartment which has a kind of skating wall, right? For the resident to skate in his own living room. So that's very radical, okay? So here, the tip of this page was understanding incomplete speech. What is incomplete speech? What is that, people? Let's see what it is. If you missed this lesson, just for you to understand what they mean by incomplete speech. Let me zoom in here, okay? When we speak, we often use sentences or phrases, of course, but look, that are incomplete, or in other words, not complete, okay? That are not grammatically complete is also possible. You can often guess what the person means or didn't say by the context. Example, in this conversation, speaker B says skateboarding instead of his skateboarding, okay? So example, guys, for you to understand better, what's he doing? Skateboarding on the wall. Instead of saying he is skateboarding, we just eliminate the subject and the verb to be, okay? Now, in this conversation, speaker A understands that speaker B means I'm still reading it. So you can't look at it now. Here, the person says, can I look at that magazine? So the answer, well, I'm still reading it. So you don't need to complete. You just say that and then it's understood. It's clear. This is what they mean by incomplete speech. Okay, guys? So we don't need, we use that in Portuguese a lot. Okay, people? So here we have an example and here we have another example. Okay, we just put a small word in reticences to mean that I know that you understand me. So I don't need to say, okay? All right, people, another aspect from unit 4, okay? They talked about adverbs, right? Adverbs of degree, and now some way of communicating when we don't complete the sentence. That's fine, okay? So then we worked more on that. But another very important topic of unit 4 is the use of there is and there are. We need to know the difference. Okay, guys, this is very important. So let's take a look there. First of all, we use there is or there are to talk about things that are in a place. We use there is with singular and that are with plural nouns. We often use them in the short form, like there's or there is. But of course, the short form is more common. Example, there is a curved wall in every room. There is a curved wall in every room. Now here, negative. There isn't a corner in the whole house. There isn't a corner in the whole house. Okay, guys, basically, there is for singular, there are for plural. In the negative, we say there isn't or there aren't. Okay, here we have more examples for questions and short answers. Is there a curved wall in every room? Yes, there is. I don't say only yes. If I say only yes, I don't sound fluent. If I want to sound fluent, I should say yes, there is. Or negative, no, there isn't. Okay, guys, so it's important to complete the short answer. Are there any corners in the house? Answer, yes, there are, or no, there aren't. Okay, people. So this is not a mystery. This is really easy, right? Look at this house. Wow, so beautiful. Now, here we just have to practice complete using there is or there are. The first one, what do you think? 8
There are.
bedrooms. Okay, there are. Now, look, a bathroom.
Is there?
Aha, it's a question, right? So we have to see if it's a question, I need to change the position. Is there? Now, answer. No,
There isn't.
there isn't. Here, there isn't doesn't fit in the box, but you can see the answer up there on the yellow bar. Okay, there isn't. Now, here we have 4 bathrooms.
There
Affirmative.
are.
Okay, there are. Now, number 2, let me see if I maximize the page here. Probably we will be able to, yes, here we can see the complete thing, okay? Now, let's move on to number 2. Question, a garden.
Is there?
Okay, very good. Now, short answer, yes,
There is.
okay. Now, a statement, a
There
vegetable,
is.
okay. Now, a statement again, a lot of light.
There is. Is there?
No, it's not a question. It's not a question. This is wrong. The answer key is wrong. The right answer is there is a lot of light in my house. So let's just turn it off here and let's change this. Sometimes, yes, sometimes the book makes a mistake because here, guys, it's not a question. It's a statement, okay? Now, here, yes, here it's a question. A lot of windows.
Are there?
There.
Uh-huh, okay. Are there a lot of windows? Short answer.
Yes,
There
there
are.
are.
Okay, very good, okay? All right, people. Excuse me.
Bless him.
Let's
Thank
see.
you. Number 4. Here,
There are.
some really expensive. It's a statement. So
There
There
are.
are.
there are. Now here, letter B is a question. So
Are there
Are there some less
Ones. So are there, okay. You see, you have to observe if it's a question or if it's a statement. Then you evaluate if it's negative or affirmative. Here, it's a question, so plural, are there, okay? Short answer, no,
No, there aren't.
there aren't. Okay, people, perfect, okay? So in unit 4, besides talking about parts of speech, adjectives, verbs, and nouns, we also talked about intensifying adjectives, right? Using adverbs of degree. And we also saw much and many, few and little. And here now there is and there are. So a lot of different topics. One unit can be okay for the test. We don't need any more, right? One unit is enough. Because there's a lot of information, right? So this is another point from unit 4. There is and there are. This is very easy, no big deal. This part here, guys, as you know, is English for real. English for real is a part in every lesson. Every unit has, not every lesson, but every unit has this section called English for real, which is a video with some activities to practice the way people speak on a day-to-day basis, like colloquial speech, colloquial English, right? So topic for unit 4 is when you talk about something, you were, for example, you were at a diner or a snack bar and you are ordering food and drink and you complain about a service. What is to complain? Complain is when you are not satisfied with the service, so you go back to the shop, to the server or to the bartender, if it's a cafe, to whoever is responsible. You go and you complain about the service. You talk about what's wrong with your food, for example. So here we have the situation. I will play the video once again so that you understand the expressions we use for ordering food and drink and to complain about services, okay? So let's try to watch that.
Hello. What can I get for you today?
I'll have the mac and cheese, please, and a lemonade.
Is that for here?
Yeah.
$4.72.
Thanks.
Okay, for you?
Can I have a salad and a medium coffee?
And I'll have the burrito. Is it really spicy?
No, mild to medium.
Okay, I'll have the burrito. We can pay together.
Sure, I will be right with you.
How's your food?
Oh, wow. That's strange. It's cold.
What, they don't have a stove?
Ugh. I'll be right back. Excuse me.
Hi. Oh, your food. Is everything okay?
No, my mac and cheese is cold.
Cold? Whoops, I am so sorry. Just a minute.
Okay.
Here's a new one. Enjoy.
Thanks. Mac and cheese.
Okay, guys. All right. So here in this video, we saw some examples of how we usually order food. Okay. It's very informal and very easy actually. So let me just zoom in so you can see better. Expressions we use when ordering food. Okay. So let's check it out together. First of all, the server. Usually they say something, right? They greet you. They're very polite. They greet you and they say, oh, what can I get for you today? Right? Or can I place your order if it's something more formal? So this is one idea. And here, to make your order, to say what you want, you should use verbs like can I have, or I'll have, or I'd like, and then finally use the word please. So, oh, I'll have the mac and cheese and orange juice, please. Or I'll have a hamburger and french fries. Okay, guys. So always start like that. I'll have or can I have? Okay. Now, asking about food. Sometimes you want to know the ingredients of a dish. So you can start with what's in the coleslaw, for example. Coleslaw is a salad made with cabbage and mayo and some spices, right? Here, Max asked, is the burrito really spicy or very spicy? So spicy is gradable, okay? That's why he's using the word very, or you can also use really, okay? And then you can also ask about some specific ingredients that you might not consume because you are allergic. So here he's asking about nuts, right? So are there nuts in the salad? Of course, here you should be careful because if it's in the plural, you should use are there. If it's singular, you use is there, okay? Especially if it's uncountable, okay? Suppose you order soup and you are vegetarian. You don't eat meat. So you can ask before the server brings your soup, you can say, is there meat in the soup? Is there meat in the soup? Okay, guys, so the server can say, oh, yes, there is, or no, there isn't. Okay, guys. All right. So then here, they want us to complete with what the customer says in each one. So let me just show you the answers to that so you know the situation. Okay, guys, here you go. If you want, you can copy, take a picture. So how the customer communicates what he wants to have, right? So Sarah, for example, says, hello, what can I get for you today? What can I get for you today? Oh, I'll have the mac and cheese, please, and a lemonade, right? And then when she talks to Max, he goes, okay, for you? Okay. She just makes it shorter. And then the person says, Max, oh, Andy, sorry. Can I have a salad and a medium coffee? Thanks. Max says, I'll have the burrito, please. Is it really spicy? No, mild to medium. So it's not very spicy. Okay. Then, okay, I'll have the burrito. All right, people. So basically, to remember how to place an order in a cafe or bar or even restaurant, okay, we use the verb have, not want. We don't say, oh, I want this, or no, avoid. Don't use that. Use the verb have, or you can even say, oh, I'd like a burrito, please. Okay, it's also okay. So let's zoom out. The next page was just practicing that, okay? We don't need to see this. So the last part of the unit, talks about, again, how to describe a place, right? And in this case, an extremely messy room, okay? So everything is extreme in this lesson, in this unit. So here we have a person describing a room. So what does she say? Let's see the examples here we have, okay? I will play the audio for you so you know why we marked these answers. The person here said, his bed is in the middle of the room. There are also clothes all over the floor and the chair. And in the corner, there's a big trash can. So here, guys, what is the focus of this lesson? It's for you to notice how they describe things using there is and there are. As we noticed, there are is never contracted. Okay, we cannot contract there are. It's always like that. But there is, yes, we can. Okay, look, all right. So there is, I can contract and make it shorter. So we just put apostrophe and s, and that's okay. But I can't do the same with there are. All right, good. That's the most important thing. So let me just play that for you to listen and you have an idea what we are talking about.
My brother has an extremely messy room. His bed is in the middle of the room and there are always clothes on it. There are also clothes all over the floor and the chair. On the desk, there are a lot of papers and books. There are usually plates and glasses on the table next to his bed. In the corner, there's a big trash can. It's always full. And it's really hot in his room. He never opens the windows. I try to stay out of there.
All right, people, okay? That was the deal. Here they offer us some tips on the pronunciation, how to say there is and there are with other words, okay? So here we learned that with there is, we can link with the next word. If it's a vowel, much more, right? So there is a big trash can. And then when we pronounce, we imprint a sound of Z. There is a, okay? And there are, we also link, but it's not the same thing, of course, because there are, we have the letter R here. So they're always, okay? We put them together as well, okay? Like what happens to many verbs or many words that end with a consonant sound and then it's followed by another word with a vowel sound. We link, okay? There's a big trash can, there are always clothes on it. So here, no big deal, okay? In this lesson here, we learned how to describe a room. So we can say the size of the room, we can mention the size of the room, we can say if the room is organized, if it's neat or messy. So do you understand the meaning of those words, guys? That's also very interesting to remember. We can talk about the size of the room, okay? Tiny, small, middle-sized, big, huge, okay? Enormous. Neat and messy, we can say if it's organized, it's neat. If it's disorganized, it's messy, okay? We can say what there are in the room. If there are lots of windows, rugs, pillows, etc., always in the plural. There is for singular, like furniture. So that's nice for you to notice, guys. The word furniture is always in the singular, and I use the verb accordingly. So there is a lot of furniture. There is a lot of furniture. What's the meaning of furniture? Who knows?
Mobília.
Yes, very good. Thais. Excellent. Furniture is the collection of objects you have in your house, like table, sofa, chair, okay, chest of drawers. So that is furniture. And it's uncountable. Okay, here we have, yes, go ahead.
Sorry, what does rug mean?
Oh, very good question. Who knows? What does rug mean? Does anybody know? Let me put this down here. Raul is asking about rugs. Let me just clear this. Yes?
Carpete?
Yes. Okay, it can be a carpet. A rug is usually a small carpet, okay? It's a small carpet, so, and furniture. These are the words that we were discussing now. So a rug is different from a carpet in that the rug is usually smaller, okay? You can have a small rug next to your bed just for you to step on, okay? So it's a rug. A carpet is usually bigger. If not, the whole room can have a carpet, okay? All right, Raul?
Okay, I understood. I need to draw it. Thanks.
Yes, you got it?
Got it.
Okay, good. Excellent. So let's go on. Here in this lesson, they are just showing us how to use there is and there are to describe a room. And we can also use other adjectives to talk about the size, to talk about the organization. And also we use the verb to be to say if it's light or dark. Like, oh, it's a dark room, or it's a light room. Okay, if you have windows, then it's a light room. But if there are no windows, then it's a dark room. Okay, guys. So let me clear my drawings there. And all right, this is exactly that. So everything in this unit refers to extreme things. And to close the unit, we saw about describing places more specifically, okay? Using there is and there are, all right? And other words that we call adjectives, okay? So that was the end of unit 4. So based on that, I'd like to have the break now because it's already 3:07. Time flies. So let's drink some water. And then after the break, we come back and do units 5 and 6. And I'll show you the other part of the presentation, okay? Yes, very good, Ana Beatriz. Congratulations, brand new. All right, you got it. Woohoo! Congratulations. Very nice. Okay, so with that expression, we don't use very. We can't say very brand new. We can't. We can say really brand new or absolutely brand new. Congratulations, Ana Beatriz. Very good. I'm quite sure you will never forget this word, okay? That's very nice. Good job. So let's have our board here. Oh, you're back to the adjective, so let's put there. Let me see if I can write here just to complete our list. Okay. Yay, congratulations, Ana Beatriz, very good. So let me save. If you want, guys, I can send you this picture because I'm saving. So it's like our board. All right, can I clear? Or I'll do better. I'll just go to the next page. Okay. And I don't know if I'll be able to draw. Yay! I'm back at drawing. Oh, very good. Okay. But I'll let you do it. Okay, guys? It's all yours. So please be my guest. Okay? You can draw a little bit and we come back in 10 minutes. Okay? So now it's 15:09. 3:09, so we can come back at 3:19. Is that okay? Right, 10 minutes, good. So go ahead, guys. You can play on the board, okay? I'll be right back. Guys, it's amazing. Oh, this is so cool. Who actually drew these things? Let me see. Raul, the flags, agate. Oh, beautiful. I love that. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Let me put stars here. I love this one. Oh, the theory of everything. How nice. This is cool as well. I love this flag. Congratulations, Agate. How nice. Very good. What does it mean? AOT.
Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Even Universe How, I didn't catch the whole.
Yeah.
And the whole series. Oh, good.
Oh, that's nice. Do you watch this series?
The Steven Universe.
Oh, Steven Universe?
Mm.
Oh, cool. All right. Okay, guys. So let me save that. Congratulations. I love the drawings. They were really nice. Let's go back to our book now, page unit 5. Well, let me see if I can open up our presentation here so you can see what page 5 is all about, okay, before we go. So let me close this. Okay, people. So let me try to share the screen here. Guys, as you already know, page 5 is about creativity, okay? Page 5 talks about creating things. So here we start with a quote by Steve Jobs, right? Where he says, creativity is just connecting things. When you ask creative people how they did something, they feel a little guilty because they didn't really do it. They just saw something. It seemed obvious to them after a while. That's because they were able to connect experiences they've had and synthesize new things. So probably he was in that situation many times, right? People asked him, oh, how did you do it? How did you create this? And then he felt like that. He felt a little guilty because in reality, they didn't do anything. They just saw something and to him, it seemed obvious. So he just materialized what he had seen. So it's like not a big deal, but to other people, it's like wonderful. My goodness, how could you do that? So that's what creativity is being able, in other words, creativity is being able to see. Sometimes people see things that other people don't. I can see something that you can't, or probably you can see something that I can't, right? Many things actually. You see better than I do. Or many times. Okay, guys, so creativity is that, okay? Now, let's see what Unit 5 is all about. The first thing we talked about in Unit 5, not in this sequence, in this order exactly, is Unit 5 shows us how we can contract auxiliary verbs. So here we have some examples. I think I even posted for you on Google Classroom, the English contractions. So here, instead of saying, not that these are wrong, no, they are not wrong, but in spoken English, we use more the contracted form. Okay, guys, here this symbol may give the wrong idea, saying that this is wrong. It's not. It's okay, but this is more common. Okay, so instead of saying cannot, we say can't. Do not becomes don't. Does not becomes doesn't. Will not becomes won't. Okay? These are the contracted forms. Are you on that page? Yes? Okay, good. Next one. Here are more contractions in English, okay? More common contractions that I got. So you can see here, look, aren't is equivalent to or not. So instead of using this, we prefer to say aren't most of the time, okay? Can't for cannot, didn't for did not, don't for do not, or sometimes in affirmative statements in the simple future, we abbreviate here, we contract will and we say he'll, or she'll, or owl, okay? Making sure we pronounce the letter L. I'm equivalent to I am. I've equivalent to I have in present perfect situations, okay? Isn't, is not. Let's, let us. She'll, she will, okay? That's, that is. There's, there is. We're, we are. What's, what is. You'll, you will. Noticed the difference? Okay. So another thing we talked about in Unit 5 were verbs followed by an infinitive. Okay, example, she agreed to speak before the game. So after the verb agree, we use infinitive if we decide to use a verb. Okay, because I can also say, I agree with you. I agree with her. Okay, but if I want to use a verb, then I must use the infinitive form. The same thing happens to the other verbs here. Okay, appear, arrange, ask, okay, attempt, and so many others. The best thing to do here in this case is to go to practice. So let's see some exercises, okay? I will leave here now and go back to the book. So don't forget, guys, it's really important to do your worksheets, okay, guys? Don't forget that. So let's take our picture. You were awesome. I hope to see you again next week. And don't forget, start thinking about your project.
The test will be.
Okay, teacher.
The
Bye-bye.
test,
See you
yes,
next week.
bye-bye.
See you next 2 weeks.
See you next week. The test will be on Saturday, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It will be simple, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye, people.
Bye,
Take
teacher.
care.
Take care.
Teacher.
Bye. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Cristiano. Thank you, Paulinha. I love to see you here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Andrea.